So, what you can hear right now is the microphone from the iPhone 13 mini. There's a little hole just above the camera there, and that's the microphone itself. And we're using Filmic Pro just to film, and the microphone sounds pretty good. And it's good in a normal environment if you're just picking up everyday stuff. Now, a phone is really good for obviously things like live streaming. If you're doing a gig, you want to put the phone onto one side, but maybe you want to pick up a little bit more quality. So let's up the game a little bit, and let's add in what's called a shotgun microphone. So, the sound you're hearing right now is coming out of a shotgun microphone. A shotgun microphone is designed to have a slightly larger diaphragm and pointing at the subject so it can capture more. This shotgun microphone has actually been sent over to us by a company called PowerDeWise. And PowerDeWise have what's called a video mic kit. This kit is suitable for digital SLRs and also smartphones and has a couple of nice things in the box, including the holder that we're holding the iPhone 13 mini in. So let me show you the box, let me show you what's inside it, let me show you the microphone and all its features, and why you might want to upgrade to a shotgun microphone. So, what's in the box, I hear you cry? Well, this is the box by PowerDeWise, Words Can Change Lives. And you've got the shotgun mic and also the shock mount as well. There's a couple of extra bits and bobs in here, including the furry wind muff, or dead cat, depending on what you call it. And this is the video mic kit for both smartphone and digital SLR, hence a smartphone and digital SLR here. And it includes all the cables that you need to get started with it as well. On the sides here, we've actually got their logo and their Words Can Change Lives slogan. And on the back, there's some more information, including the user guide, which is probably the most simplest user guide I've ever seen in my life. So it shows you what you need for digital SLR, PC or laptop, to use the curly cable, and also for the smartphone, to use the straight cable with the adapter. And guess what? The adapter's inside here as well. On the top here, it shows compatibility. So digital SLR, smartphone or iPhone, tablet or iPad, PC or laptop. Of course, if you're doing things like Zoom calls, you want to up the audio quality there, you can use this as well. The one thing that surprised me when I opened this is it's all inside one case. And that's what I really like about this. So it's actually got this really nice, looks like neoprene kind of case, which everything that you need is inside there. So it's great, it keeps it nice and tidy, and you could use that again and again and again. So let's open this up. So opening up, you can actually see there's quite a lot in here, starting with the microphone itself. Now it's actually inside the dead cat, which is a smart move. It keeps it nice and safe. And here it is. And then you've got your dead cat as well. So we'll put them there to one side for now. Then you've also got the shock mount. And this is just a little shock mount that you can put on. So you can put that on top of the holder, which is here. Now a lot of these holders don't have a cold shoe mount, and that's what that is. So you can actually just attach that on there and then screw that down, and then that is good to go. However, if you want to use this with a digital SLR, of course you can put that in the cold shoe of the digital SLR, or what you could do as well is you could have it as a complete standalone, because it comes with a little tripod, and this little tripod's got the right thread, so that'll just go straight in there. Moving on to there, we've got an Allen key for some adjustments. Now I've actually got these cables tied together because this is the smartphone cables, you can see that there, which is great, it's really useful. You can see which way around you're going to put it. So that goes to the microphone, that goes to the smartphone. So we need TRRS to Lightning adapter, and they supply it. It's actually in the box, which is really useful. The other adapter is for your digital SLR or your computer, and that is basically a TRS to TRS adapter. So it actually says there digital SLR camera to the microphone, and then you can just use that instead. And the last little thing, which is quite nice, is they've actually supplied you with a little bit of bump there and a little cleaning thing as well. Let's get this microphone set up, and we can actually show you a couple of different reasons why you'd use it. So here is our first setup, and everything you can see came out of that little box, apart from obviously the iPhone 13 mini. And the only things that I'm not using right now is obviously the wind muff and the other cable that goes to a digital SLR. You can see the microphone's actually picking up the audio, so if I was to do this, there you go, you can actually see it's coming through there into Filmic Pro. Now I'm actually using the tripod as a tripod right now, but of course you could also use it as a handheld grip, which is really useful and really easy to obviously just convert, and it's on the go recording straight away. Now the tripod itself, I actually do like. It's a really, really low profile. So if you're gonna put this on the floor, that's really useful. The only downside is that it doesn't have any kind of ball head to it. So you can't tilt the iPhone one way or another. But other than that, it's a really useful piece of kit that's come in this box. Next is a digital SLR, and here we have the Sony ZV-E10. Now, most digital SLRs have what's called a cold shoe mount already, so we can actually just put the shock mount straight on top, as we've done here, and you can see that the microphone is picking it up, and of course we don't need the adapters that are for the smartphone or an iPhone. So we've just put the curly cable on, and it's picking up the sound really well. And the final setup is the microphone itself, just sitting in its own tripod. The reason you would do this is because you might want to connect it to a PC or Mac, or just sitting separately while you're doing maybe an interview or a Zoom call. And I've just plugged in the cable, which is for the digital SLR or computer, but you could still use the cable for the iPhone if it's plugging into an iPhone or an iPad. Now, before we do any kind of audio tests, and by the way, we're back on the Sony and you can just hear from the Sony microphone, I just want to thank our sponsors for today's video, which is DistroKid. If you're making music like songs, you're doing covers, maybe you're doing a live stream, and you want to put all that stuff out there in the world, then you're going to need a music distributor, and that's where DistroKid comes in. DistroKid is a distribution company where you give your songs to them, and then what they do is they push it out to all the online streaming sites and digital stores around the world, of which there are over 160 different sites around the world. Some you may never even heard of because they're not available in your country, but your music could be. Now, other distribution companies may either take a cut from your royalties, or what they'll do is they'll charge you per release. But what DistroKid do is they charge you one price per year and you keep 100% of your royalties. And that price is $19.99. Which is insane. They even have a couple of tiers. So for example, they have Musicians Plus, which is $35.99 a year, where you can dictate things like the release date and a couple of extra bits as well. And finally, they have a label tier, which is $79.99 per year, where you can control the release of many artists. And this is for releasing as much music as you want, by the way. This isn't just one album or one single or one EP. This is as much music as you can make in 1 year for these prices. Now, I think that's a crazy low price anyway, and what I can do is with the link that's on the screen, we can give you 7% off your first annual membership. So we've just made it even cheaper for you to release as much music as you want for one price per year. Now, DistroKid have a couple of cool things that you can do. So if you're in a band and you want to split the payment 5 ways, you can do that with a thing called Teams. There's some great marketing tools for things like cards, for things like Instagram and Facebook stories. And that's important because what you could do is you can push your music to Instagram stories and then use that as the promotion for the card. So guess what? You get some plays. There's also things like lyric syncing, fun marketing videos, and there's even a music community, which is slaps.com, where you can put your music on there and get it rated by others. So click the link that's in the description box below and start saving yourself 7% off your first annual membership and start distributing your music today. And a quick thank you to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. Now, I'm going to do a couple of quick audio comparisons from a couple of things versus the PowerDeWise shotgun mic, starting with the digital SLR. This is the Sony ZV-E10 microphone coming directly into the camera. This is the PowerDeWise shotgun mic going into the Sony ZV-E10 camera. This is the microphone from the ZV-E10 outside under an umbrella in the rain because I live in the UK. And this is the same Sony ZV-E10 but now with the PowerDeWise shotgun microphone, again in the rain under an umbrella, getting my feet wet. This time the mobile phone. This is the iPhone 13 mini on the selfie camera with the selfie microphone. And now this is the iPhone 13 mini again with the selfie camera so I can see myself, but using the PowerDeWise shotgun mic. So this is the iPhone 13 mini with the selfie camera and the selfie mic, again out in the rain. And this is the iPhone 13 mini once again using the selfie camera, but this time using the shotgun mic. Again, under an umbrella, and it's still raining. Now the other test I want to do is actually with the dead cat or the wind muff. So this is without the wind muff right now. There's not a lot of wind here, to be fair. And this is with the dead cat on. Now this is not a scientific test and the rain is actually increasing. So I'm going to stand here for 5 seconds so you can hear it. Welcome to Britain. I'm going back inside. So a lot drier and I've changed my socks. So what do I think of this little kit? Well, actually, it's pretty cool. I'm actually using it right now. I'm holding it with the tripod and I've got the mount on the iPhone 13 mini and I'm using the microphone plugging straight in to Filmic Pro. What's really cool is that little box has got everything in it you need for vlogging or for mobile video creation straight away, including the adapter to plug into an iPhone for Lightning, which is really good and it works. as you can clearly hear. The only downside I would say is that the handle or the tripod is a little bit short, and also there's no ball head on it either, so I do have to hold it like straight up. But of course I could just buy a little adapter. I've actually got a little adapter, which is this, so I could add that on and then I could start tilting it, no problem. It's just easier if you're doing this handheld because your arm will get tired. But I just want to thank PowerDeWise for sending this out to me. It's a cool little kit for both mobile phone and digital SLR, just to up your game for audio. Now, there is a link in the description box below if you want to go and pick one of these up. Retail price wise, in the UK, it's $49.99 for the whole pack. And it also means you don't have to go and buy any adapters because they're all in the box. Or you could use it in some really creative ways. That tripod does have a really low profile, so you can put it on a table if you're doing Zoom calls, or you're doing something where you want to actually put something really low on the floor. So I might use that for actually showing you pedals, for example. And as always, if you have found the content of this video useful, then please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me and it helps the channel grow. And if you have liked what you've seen and you've seen a couple of my videos, then maybe consider subscribing to the channel as well. So that is the video mic kit by PowerDeWise. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.